Hi class, the first topic in this module is going to be regarding expressions. And we're going to be talking about expressions, equations, and also polynomials. Now, let's take a look at the first problem. And on the first problem, all they want us to do is identify the coefficient of each term and the actual terms. So let me write the terms here. And the terms are identified by the total number of actual additions and subtractions that we have. So in this case, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, and 4 terms. So 4 terms. Oops, let me rewrite it. And just so to make sure that it's clear which ones are the terms, your first term is going to be the 9b. The second term is going to be the 15x squared. Third term, it's going to be the a, and the fourth term, it's going to be the 6. They do want us to identify the coefficient of each of the terms. So let me just rewrite it as coefficient. And the coefficient for the first term is just the constant that multiplies the variable. In this case, well, the 9. For the second one, it's going to be the 15. The next one, it's a little bit tricky because you technically have 1 times a. So its coefficient, it's going to be 1. And then the next one is a little bit more tricky because you technically have 6 times x to the 0. There's going to be an actual property that states that any value to the 0 is 1, which justifies the actual coefficient of the constant just being the 6. So in example 1, we're just looking at an expression that consists of variables, and they're being connected by, in this case, additions. So 4 terms, and the coefficient of each of these is just the constant that multiplies each of the terms. Careful on the third one because it's technically a 1. On the fourth one, it's technically the 6. There is a variable there, but it's technically simplified. That's it for problem 1. Let's take a look at problem 2, and I need you to take a second and read it. In this case, they want us to write an expression, and they want us to use n, but in this case, it's going to represent the height of Nico. So in this case, let me just declare it. So let n equal to Nico's the height, and the expression for Juan's height it's going to be as follows. Now, it is stated in the sentence that Juan is 6 inches taller than Nico. So technically, we already have the values of n. And because Juan is 6 inches more, so it'll just be plus 6. That's going to be our main answer. So for this problem, they do want us to declare the variable. That's part of your solution. And then also your expression. They do mention an expression, so we couldn't set it equals because that would be technically an equation. So that's why I'm putting the 2 dots. Your main answer is going to be n plus 6. Also, the way that they're expressing the sentence and how they want us to express the Juan's height, well, in this case, it'll be plus a 6. Let's take a look at problem 3, which is pretty much the same scenario, but now it's going to be in terms of Nico's height. So in this case, we're just going to let j equal to Juan's height. And then the expression for Nico's for Nico's height, it's going to be as follows. So in this case, from the perspective of, in this case, Nico's, we're going to have the values of, well, Juan's height minus 6. And that's because Juan is 6 inches taller than Nico. And this is part of our answer. Okay, so for these two problems, you just have to be very careful exactly how they want the expression. If they don't mention this portion here to represent Juan's height, you could have expressed this using a different variable, and also it could have been in a different way. Okay, let's move on to problem 4. And on problem 4, they're telling us that there's a sale tax that is 9.8, and they want an expression that represents the sale tax for an item that cost D dollars. So let me just declare the variable. In this case, let D equal to the cost of an item. And in this case, they want the expression. So our expression for sales tax, it's going to be as follows. So technically, the tax times the item. So you could write it as 9.8% times D. This could be a possible solution. Or maybe as a decimal. So in this case, 0.098 times D. That would be the expression for the tax. Let's move on to problem 6. Okay, and in this case, please take a second and read it. Our variable is going to be months. So I'm just going to let M equal to, well, the money per month. And then the expression So our expression is it's going to be in the following form. So it says in here in the sentence that we started saving 362. So we're going to have the 362, and then we continue to save an additional 30 per month. So it'll be plus the values of 30 times M. And this is going to give us, well, the actual total for any future month. And this is after M months. That's actually it for this one. Let's move on to problem 6. And then in this case, let me declare the variable. So I'm just going to say let A equal to the cost for an adult. And we're talking about money. And then C equal to the cost for a child. And then also we're talking about money. So our expression, now in this case, they want us to write an expression for the total cost of A adult and C children. So in this case, well, it's going to be a total of 8 times A plus a total of 550 times C. And that's actually it. So this is the expression. Another way to put it is without the unit. So 8A plus 550C. That would be another way to write this situation with well, as an expression, but technically This will be okay because we already included that's the cost for an adult. That's actually it for these problems. I'll put the other ones in a different video.